Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So excited, first video of the year. And my goal this year is to do better. I am determined to post more. I am. Because I buy all the new products to try and then I get sidetracked. It is like I'm all over the place anymore. The older I get, the more I'm just like scatterbrained. I don't know. It's almost like I'm a ditzy blonde half the time. You know what I mean? At least that's the way I feel. Like I'm not, but that's the way I feel because I'm just all over the place. But it could be because I am all over the place. So I recently just bought a bunch of new stuff from Ulta when I was there. The last time I worked, I think the last time I worked, I bought the new Milani launches, and then the time before that, I bought the new Elf launches, and the time before that, I bought the new NYX launches. Did I show any of them? Nope, sure didn't. So today I'm determined to. So let's start with what I already have on. So for foundation, I'm actually wearing my Armani Luminous Silk. They reformulated it. Why? Why? You know, that's all I can say. Why mess with a good thing? So since they did, I was like, might as well just use up what I got. That way I'm not confusing anybody between the old and the new. It's like when they reformulated the Dior foundations. So I'm just going to use up that and be done with it. I mean, I may try the new one to see, but you know what I'm saying. It is the old version, one of my favorite foundations. And I'm hoping they didn't do too much to the new, but who knows. For the under eye, I actually am wearing, okay, so I'm wearing the color corrector for the new e.l.f. Soft Glam Brightening Corrector in light pink to kind of do something with these dark circles because, well, they're just getting out of control, y'all. Out of control. Lack of sleep, and it's getting to me. But, oh, I did buy this. I don't think it's new, but I bought it at Ulta. We don't sell it in stores, so this had to be a return. That's the only thing I think of, but it wasn't like opened or anything. But it's the new Tier, and I have it in 4.5N, I believe, is what this says. But it's like a concealer, glide, and ride blurring concealer. I kind of like this. So you have the liquid concealer, and it's got the doe foot, and then you open this up, and it has this. Y'all, this is so creamy. Like, it just, like, melts into the skin. I don't think I've felt anything like this. I'm trying to think, like, even, like, foundation sticks, like my Hourglass, like, it's pretty good, but it doesn't melt into the skin like this. I don't know. Like the CoverGirl, come on now. Absolutely not. Stick foundation or concealer. But oh, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I'm trying that out, and so far I really like it. The color's really good. The formulation of both the stick and the liquid is really good. I would say it's like a light medium coverage, you know what I mean? It's nothing like revolutionary as far as coverage goes, but it's very hydrating, but yet it doesn't settle into fine lines. It's just really good, really good. Definitely highly suggest trying it if you can find your shade. Because I think Tier did go into some Ultas, not in Dars, of course, but some. And so I would have to like kind of guess at it, but I was kind of lucky that we had one. So I was like, yep, I'll be taking that. And then what else? I set my under eyes with, oh, y'all, the sad part is last night I actually got sleep because today I'm off. Anyway, I set my under eyes. Uh-oh. They're going to start to water. All right, we better stop yawning. I set my under eyes with my Glam Light Bacon Set Translucent Powder in, I guess, translucent powder. Yeah, it's the one with the cupcake. Because the strawberry shortcake one I gave to my daughter, my youngest one. And then I still have the banana one, but I'm not really using that. I find that I think it's too dark for my skin tone, so it doesn't work well. So there's that. And then I promise I'll quit yawning at some point. Probably when I get into this. The Milani. So I bought two. I bought a bronzer and a highlighter, and I was gonna buy a blush, right? But I have two blushes already from Milani. Granted, it's in the old packaging and it's the different colors, but I have Luminoso, and then I have this one here, which is my personal favorite, Bella Bellini. This one's like, love this one. But I did see that they came out with new shades in the blushes, and I do like the new packaging too, because I feel like this feels heavier than this, to be fair. But every single one of these that I have, this part, this middle part, comes apart. So even now, like, it falls out. This part. As I'm about to drop it. Try to get back in there. Eventually I'll stop yawning, y'all, I promise. No, I won't. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, but it's a pain to try to get it back in there. So anyway, I should have bought a new one. There was a pink one, I think, that I saw. But I have so many blushes, y'all. It's like, anymore, like, it's got to be something, a different shade. Unless it's like a formula that I just absolutely adore and they've come out with a new shade. But I'm kind of staying, where I have so many pink blushes, I'm kind of staying away from that. And I've realized I don't have very many, like, I have a lot of cool tone, but not a lot of like warm tone blushes. And then I don't have a lot of like just neutral. Other than like my Hourglass palette, I have a bunch of them, but you know what I mean. But I was so curious about this Milani launch because I do like their baked blushes. I wouldn't say that it's like my all-time favorite or anything, obviously, but for the price point, it's pretty good, right? But you all know that I love the Ulta line for their little circle thing that's got like the bronzer, the blush, and the highlighter. I own two of the three of those, and then they also have the singles, and I have it in the bronzer. I don't think they have baked blushes. I'm trying to think of what they got in store anymore. I'm not there very much anymore, which I never thought I'd say, but here we are. So I really don't know what they have anymore. I go in twice a week, But anyway, I will say that the 2 days that I do go in, at least it is right after truck, so I do kind of get to see what new is still there. So that's a plus for me. I do like that still. So we're going to do the face with the Milani's just so you can see it. And then I'm going to end the video because I also got the Natasha Denona palette in the Mini Eye Sculpt Cool Tone palette. And I'm going to try it. And then in another video. That way at least I got 2 videos that can go up because my next day off isn't until next week. So it's going to be a while. But at least I can get 2 videos out of today and then, you know what I mean? It's something. And it's still newer products. No, they're not the newest, but you know what I mean. The Milani's going up first because it is the newest. I still haven't purchased the 2 bigger palettes yet from Natasha Denona. I got to get on that, but I'm not in no rush because really they're pretty, but like I have so much anyway. I have those colors in my collection. So what I saw at Ulta in the display, I believe there was 4 bronzers. I believe. I could be wrong. I've known to be wrong. But the first 2, the reason I say 4 is because I'm pretty sure The first two seemed really, really light. Then the third one, which is the one I got, Capri Copper, I think it's going to be too dark. And then they have the darkest shade. Hopefully, I'll be able to blend this out. I really debated on two and three. Like, I was going back and forth with it. And then I was like, I'm just going to go three. Worst case scenario, it's going to be too dark, but I can use a fluffy brush and we can get there. You know what I mean? Whereas if I go too light, it's almost like that one Hourglass palette that pisses me off. No matter how much I build that up, that bronzer, I can't get nothing. So there's that. So I'm using the It Cosmetics contour brush. It's an old one. It came in like it has the amethyst, and then it has like pink quartz, and then it has this green one, jade, I guess, little handles. Long time ago, my It brushes, I mean, I don't want to say they're my longest brushes lasting, because you all know that I have a lot of brushes. And really none of them has fallen apart, with the exception of the One Sigma brush, the that's not it. I don't even know. It's the flat kabuki one. The ferrule came off, which I think that's on my fault. I washed it in warm water and I melted the glue. I think that's on my fault. But it does have a 2-year warranty. I could have turned it back in, but I didn't. And then the It Cosmetic brush that has the two ends, I think, again, somehow the glue got melted. Or it could just be old, because let's be honest, these probably launched 7 years ago, which, you know, people have got brushes longer than that, but I'm really not, like, disappointed with the price point and how many years. You know what I mean? So if this brush was $50 and it lasted 5 years, I break it down, it's $10 a year. Fine. No problem. Now, like, more expensive brushes like my Sonia G or my Wayne Goss or Refer, none of them have fallen apart yet. So, although the Sonia G I haven't used, other than like the little travel set, because like I'm too scared and I know I need to use them. But you get my point. So let's get started with this, and we're going to go in. Okay, I'm just going to pick up a little bit maybe, or let's coat the brush, and then what do you think? Like, stamp it on the hand? Or I personally, I don't like to make a mess, so I kind of like stamp it into the lid, to be fair. Or I'll tap it, whatever, and I'll get it into the lid and work it into the brush. I get by using your hand, you kind of like get the warmth, but I don't like making a mess. All right, so let's start with the forehead, right? Okay, I kind of think it is a little too dark for my skin tone, but it can be made to work. Like, it can work, but I do think it's a little too dark for my skin tone. I would say I'm a light medium, right? Obviously, it's working. Like, you can see it. It's not bad, like, by no means, but I'm also going very light-handed. So I would definitely say this would work for medium skin tones for sure. But I would say I'm like a light medium personally. It seems to be like going on pretty easily. Like, and this is a pretty like dense brush, I guess you would say. It's not very fluffy or wiggly or anything. It's pretty firm. I really like my It Cosmetics brushes. I forget about them. I really like the Morphe brushes too. I'm not gonna lie, like the Jaclyn Hill collection, but even their older formula, Lord, their older brushes, I really like them. I have that whole set, like a lot of them. They're put up now, but I still use them. Like, I still have Hourglass brushes and Tom Ford, and we're talking like those brushes are probably 6, 7 years old. Actually, at this point, maybe older. So, okay, yeah. We definitely just built that up. Oh boy, I didn't tap that in. I meant to. So let's see if we can blend it out, how hard it is. Okay, it's not very hard to blend out. So if you do get a heavy hand, it's... Well, good news here. It didn't break, it didn't shatter, so that's good. Which honestly, I've dropped the baked blushes before and they never broke. The containers break easily, but this container did not break either, so that's a good thing. I'm just trying to blend. Okay. So maybe it's not too dark for my skin tone. Even going in with a light hand. It's glowy. It's not as effortless as Hourglass. And not even because this is too dark. Like you know what I mean? It is, but there still took a lot of work compared to Hourglass. But again, let's look at the price point there, you know. Um as far as the look of it, the color of it, I like it. Um I think come summer this would work a lot better. But I mean, I have no problem with it. Now, compared to the Ulta brand, I think you get more for your money, and I think it might be a better formula. In my opinion. In my opinion. So, do I regret buying these? No. Will I use them? Yes. Or the bronzer? Yes. But do I like the Ulta formula better? Yes. Alright, let's go for the cheeks now. Bronze up the cheeks. Again, not a makeup artist, y'all, so if I have this too high, too low, it is what it is. And I am kind of tapping it and then kind of blending it. I mean, it is going on nicely. Like, it's not... What's the word I'm looking for? It's not patchy. I'm bound to break this. Let me get the magnifying mirror. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I actually like it on the forehead better than down here. I would definitely say it's definitely a bronzer, not like a contour. By no means. So that's good as far as coloring. I would say there's probably more... It's warmer. Like it doesn't have like the red burnt. You know what I mean? Like suntan, it's more, warm. Like a golden. Let's get that double chin kind of hidden. But it's blended nicely, so I don't have any problems there. Whether it be the brush with the formula or just the formula, like it's blending nicely, no problem there. Building on top of itself nicely. It's not taking up or picking up what's underneath. Put a little bit on the nose. Of course, my nose is now running because I was yawning and my eyeballs started watering. And if my eyeballs start watering, my nose is going to start watering, and that's just the way that goes. But yeah, I think it's a pretty color. It's a bronzer. Alright. Now, let's go for the Milani also. I bought those new e.l.f. highlighters. I like them. I do. But I also bought their new Glow Reviver Melting Lip Balm. And the vanilla, I bought on it all. The vanilla soft serve, the cotton candy crush, and the peach rings. I gave the peach rings to my fiance because like he loves eating peach rings, and when I smelled that, like it's a dupe for that. Like so good, right? And I have bought these before in the other scents, so like I knew I was gonna like them, and they're pretty and all, and they don't necessarily like dry out my lips. I'm gonna be honest, whatever the Summer Fridays, like I love the scent to them, but they will dry out my lips. And again, I've said it, is it my fault because I lick my lips because of the scent? I don't know. But as far as like nourishing and hydrating and making my lips feel so much better, the Ole Henriksen's the one that does it, and I hope I said that right. They're the best as far as what I have, played with. This doesn't dry out my lips, but it doesn't necessarily nourish my lips. You can hear the tractor trailer. I got the window open because even though we're in the beginning of January, it's warm. I don't understand it. One minute it's cold, the next minute it's warm. One minute it's raining, snowing, and then the sun's out, and I'm like, what is going on? But here we are. So for blush, we're just going to use this Milani Baked Blushes. I can't imagine anybody not ever trying, you know what I mean? Like, the other difference with the packaging is there's no brush and there's no mirror in the new packaging. The older packaging did have the mirror, a brush, which obviously you can see I've never used it. Still in the original packaging. I wonder if you could even use that. Oh no, that'd be awful. I mean, I'm sure you could in a pinch, but that's no. I'm almost to the point, should I keep that? I might as well just put it back in there, right? Alright, there we go. But I might purchase one of the newer blushes just to have it in the new packaging and all, but we'll see. For now, we're using this one just so I can stick with the Milani, And let's see how it plays together. I do like this color, like I said. And we're using another IT Cosmetics brush in Soft Touch Blush. I don't see a number. I think this came in like a kit, if I'm being honest. But I do like this for this kind of blush because you don't want to go too overboard because it is glowy and it'll definitely emphasize texture, which is the one thing with Hourglass I find. It is glowy, but like it doesn't emphasize texture the way you think that it would. But I do love this shade, this color and all. I have two bites. I don't know if you can see that right here and here. I don't know what bit me. I was cleaning at work and I got home and I noticed, and they itched. And then when I looked, I was like, I think those are bites. Because at first I thought, oh, I'm getting two pimples. But, I mean, I really never get pimples right here, but again, anything's possible. But the more I looked at it, the more it looked like a bite than a pimple. But I was wondering, and I might do it tonight just to see. But like, what if you put a pimple patch over that? Would it suck out whatever bit me? Like if a spider bit me? Because that's what I'm thinking it is two spider bites. Because I was really cleaning at work and it was bad. It needed a good cleaning. It had been years. But it looks good now. So, I'm all worth it. I love doing stuff and you get to see the difference in it. And it just makes all, more worth it. Like, even though it sucked doing it at the time, like, I don't care to do it, but it did suck. But, like, once it's all done and it looks good, it's like, okay, it was worth it. All right, and that's that color. Again, I'm sure this is a dupe for an Hourglass blush for sure, but again, do I like this or do I like the Ulta Beauty brand? Like, I just don't think anything is going to beat. Like, I am head over heels in love with the Ulta Beauty. Like, I love Hourglass, don't get me wrong. But the difference in that price point, like if I was going out somewhere special, sure, I'm going to throw the Hourglass because it's Hourglass, you know what I mean? And I have it. But for every day, I think the Ulta Beauty is just as good, to be fair. And it kills me because I'm like, well, if that's the case, why would you just not use that? Period. You know what I mean? But I don't know. There's just something, I don't know. And I would. Don't get me wrong, I would. But at the same time, it's like if you got something special, you would use it for something special. You know what I mean? And then I got this Milani bronze or highlighter, baked highlighter in Dolce Perla. It's in 01. I feel like 01, 02 would work for my skin tone. I think again there was 4 of them, maybe 3. I think there was 4 though. I think there was 4 bronzers, 4 blushes, and 4 highlighters. I could be wrong. Just don't hold me to it. But I think that is the way it went on the display. But I got this one. I was tempted to get the other one because it was more champagne-y, where this is more like a pearl. But it's so pretty. But at the same time, and I do think the champagne would go better with this blush here because it's kind of got like a golden look to it, like a pinky gold. But I started thinking like this or the e.l.f. blushes. And the e.l.f. blushes are definitely like bam in your face, right? And these could be built up like that, but like, I don't know. And there's a time and a place for it, don't get me wrong. I would say these are definitely more closer to Hourglass than the e.l.f. As far as like, it's very subtle, it can be buildable. Whereas the e.l.f. you got to be very careful because it's going to show texture like they're highlightery. But is it pretty? Yeah. Are their colors pretty? Yeah. I actually have 2 of theirs. I have Blush Money and something Poppy. Prosecco Poppy. And one's more pinky, one's more champagne in my opinion. And I bought the new e.l.f. highlighter brush. And I will say that it kind of reminds me of because you all know I use my Real Techniques, like this setting. I believe it's a setting. All the numbers are wore off of course they are. Pretty sure it's a setting. But you can see that they're kind of similar. This one's more fluffier, where this one is more like thinner, but they both are pointed in a way, you know. But I do like this. So if you do see it, you know, and you want to try it, absolutely. And it's not that expensive. And I have washed it several times because I do tend to wash my brushes after each makeup look because I'm so scared of like it collecting bacteria that then I'm gonna, you know, get pimples and stuff. But I do wash them often and it's held up so far. So granted, I've only had it for like 2-3 weeks, but that's a lot of washes because I do my makeup daily. And the maximum amount of time, I'll use it twice and that's it. So with that said, this is the look using the Milani products. I think it's pretty. I mean, do you have these in your collection? Yeah, I'm sure you do. If you've purchased the Ulta Beauty ones, if you've purchased the Hourglass, Essence, I believe, has baked products. Anything baked, you've purchased it. Or you have it in your collection. So I don't think it's necessarily a run out. You have to get it. You've never, seen anything like it. It's not that. But it is nice. If you're in the market and you don't want to spend Hourglass product or prices, I would still go for the Ulta Beauty. I'm just putting it out there. But at the same time, I would say Milani's probably more like you can get it at different places. So because of convenience, I would say go with Milani. It is pretty. I will see how long it lasts. That's the other thing. I don't know how long it'll last. I prepped my skin with a primer. What did I use? Oh, I used the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched moisturizer today, face base. So really this should last. I would say the blushes. I didn't really put that much on. I'm not gonna lie. I don't feel like it building up my texture. I got a lot of texture right now. So I think what I have is plenty for the day. I will see how long it lasts. I'll let you know. But I think it's going to hold on just fine, to be fair. Like, from what I'm seeing, nothing's out of the ordinary. It's not doing something crazy or anything like that. So, it's just up to you. I don't think you'll be... Like, it's not going to be a waste of your money. But I don't know if it's going to add anything to your collection either. If you have, like I said, other products that are baked. But let me know your thoughts down below on these products. I like them. I'm glad I have them for my own collection and to share with you. But it's not like I'm not like in a rush to run out and buy a different shade of this. You know what I mean? If it goes on sale, I might. But if it doesn't, I probably won't, to be fair. I thought about buying the lighter shade of the bronzer just to see if it would work, but that's more curiosity, not I need it because I love it. So, with that said, I will let you go. If you enjoyed this video, if it helped in some way, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all. That way you're notified when I upload. I upload sporadically. Come join me. And I will see you in the next one, which there will be one, because I'm getting ready to do the eye look with Natasha Denona. But take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.